So wait, how did you escape from prison?
These two morons were guarding the place just pulled the old Alcatraz. Faked me I made out of paper mache and hope.
So, what do we do this time?
Jeez, you gotta stop worrying all the time. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
But the boss never calls us into his office. Last time he did that was when we were playing with the airlock.
Maybe it's because I ate a cinnamon roll.
Listen up. As President of the United States of America, we are announcing here that it is no longer in our nation's best interest, for security reasons, to renew your employment contract. You had one job!
Wait. Green guy!
That was just to simply watch after two intergalactic evil prisoners. Come on!
Two?
This is the highest security facility this side of Andromeda. It makes us look so dangerously cringe. We're not talking cringe. Not even super cringe. We're talking dangerous cringe. Look, I've got high stakes in Minecraft Hunger Games tournament today, and I'm not about to miss that. So, sooner you two can get your stuff and leave, immediately if not sooner, the better for you. In fact, I'd highly advise it. Dropping everything in your possession now. Leaving now. Am I clear? Have a nice day.
The humble matching color block puzzle game. I have quite the backstory with this genre. Well, not really. I play Dr. Mario every now and again when it would show up in things like NES Remix, and Tetris 99 was kind of fun when it came out, but it just wasn't really for me. Then, in January of 2022, I decided to invest in the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass and found Dr. Mario 64. And this ignited a love for the quaint matching block color puzzle genre thing. It became something of an addiction. It was just so easy to jump into Dr. Mario 64 and play marathon mode, and I created this challenge where I would try to clear out the entire bottle and I'd have to wait for more viruses to show up because I'm just that good. Like, I don't even know what happens in Dr. Mario 64 because I don't play the story. I have a restore point right next to the marathon mode startup screen. I say all of this to reinforce my love of the falling block puzzle game genre. Well, just the one. I need to play Tetris more. So imagine my surprise when I find out that Masahiro Sakurai, the Smash Brothers guy, designed one of these match puzzle block color games. Meteos was released on the Nintendo DS in 2005 and was developed by Q Entertainment, known for games like Lumines, which seems to be a sort of rhythm puzzle game, and it was published by Bandai in Japan and Nintendo elsewhere. And it released to pretty astounding reviews, but from my Wikipedia-heavy research, it seems like it wasn't a financial hit, only selling roughly 250,000 copies despite hitting number 1 on UK sales charts soon after release. Alright, let's go ahead and boot up this bad boy, and we're greeted with a quick introduction to this world, a fairly well put together intro sequence. Apparently the Meteos are the diabolical blocks of doom, and by sheer luck, all these different planets found out that matching 3 of them together would shoot them back into space. And a starship sets off to blow up Meteo, the source of these diabolical blocks. Something to note is that they specifically mention by chance 3 Meteos locked together, and it's a small detail, but it's neat since in these puzzle games, blocks do accidentally match together sometimes. Anyways, the main menu here absolutely reeks of Smash Bros. I really wanted to steer away from these super obvious comparisons, but Sakurai did design this game. I mean, come on, that's the same font and everything. That classic menus behind menus design that Sakurai games tend to have. Overall, the design is pretty solid. You got the main game here, the side modes, options, extras, wireless play, the huge. You can also move them around on the touchscreen. Ooh. But if we swing by options, we can see a planet registry, which I guess acts as the character section from Smash 64. Okay, alright. I'll stop with the comparisons, Scout's honor, with a quick description of all your currently unlocked planets. An item selector, always handy, just like the hand choice. Listen, as a lefty, I often feel left out. I mean, 10% of the population is left-handed, and we can't even write without getting the freaking pen juice on our hands. Gah! So seeing some media representation is always welcome. Except playing 400 hours of Kid Icarus Uprising, which is a game without good left-hand support, has broken me, and now I'm 3DS ambidextrous. Sorry, lefties. At least I still play Mario Tennis weird. The actual extras tab is shockingly devoid of extras. There's a sound test and also a stats menu showing things like playtime versus matches played, etc., etc., but I bought this game from a retro video game store, and the first powered on date is Christmas Eve of 2006, which is just so neat to me. Some fellow likely wanted Meteos. So come on, what are we doing messing around? Let's jump into some Meteos. Oh, you gotta be kidding. So we got stock mode and time mode. Stock means lives in this case, so we can select how many times we can lose before getting kicked out, plus difficulty, teams, computer settings, etc., etc. Okay, Meteos, how do you play? Well, you use the touchscreen to slide these Meteos blocks to match 3 of them together. Catch is, you can't move side to side, so you're always scanning the pillars to see which ones have 3 blocks next to each other, or if there's 3 of the same color in one pillar vertically. Match 3 horizontally or vertically, and boom! Straight into the wild blue yonder. But each planet has different gravity, so some planets are painful to play on and bring your Meteos back down quickly, and some are fun. There's also this spinner thing that's actually a pretty creative solution to the I have no more blocks problem some puzzle games have, but it's normally only an issue in the early game and quickly becomes a I have too many blocks problem, but you know, cool feature. The soundtrack is also pretty solid. Alongside the sound design itself, everything sounds so right? Puzzle games should make you feel like the smartest joker ever, matching things together. And Meteos has some really neat dynamic music that's unique to each planet. Match some blocks and it's a really nice touch. Other than that, it's a match 3 puzzle game. Match blocks, send them to your opponent. There are some items to use, that's basically it. That's not to say it's not fun though, it's really engaging and also refreshingly unique compared to most puzzle games. There's a story mode, which is mostly just a classic whoa, it's a trip across a few planets until you get to Meteo, and you blow it up, hooray! There's a sort of versus mode, and also a marathon mode, woo! Something really neat about Meteos is that the Meteos you clear are then added to your inventory, and you can create new planets to use in versus mode, new items, even new songs for the sound test. A really creative way to add what's basically experience points to a puzzle game while integrating it naturally. So that's Meteos. Not a whole lot I didn't cover unless you're counting the tutorial, sound balance, or the option to delete your save. Neat. But the lack of content here isn't a complaint in the slightest. With puzzle games, you want the core of the game to be just that, the gameplay. No bells and whistles required if the core gameplay is rock solid. And that's just what Meteos is, a really fun and shockingly unique match 3 blocks of puzzle color game.
I can't believe this. 5. Now what are we gonna do?
We could always try Let's Playing. Hot market, I tell ya.
What is this, 2009?